Welcome to the Complete Fitness Podcast with Core 4 Complete Fitness. Your episode is starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, what is shaking? Hello, welcome to the 108th episode of the Complete Fitness Podcast. Do you believe it? 108. Check in with yourself, guys. How you doing? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It will go a long way. We very much appreciate it. Thank you. I do want to start by making a confession, especially if you're watching. I have this great coffee mug here. Delicious, kind of. Coffee. So this is what happened. This is how we're starting off the pod. About 2 hours ago, first off, you may have noticed this podcast has come out way later than it usually does. I'm going to guess right now it's 12:52. So this is going to be out by like 3, maybe 4 o'clock, which is super late. You might probably be listening to this Thursday. Either way, this is the reason why. I am set to record this podcast at 7 today. At 7 today, I realized the printer's out of ink. I got to print off new waivers. I need to go. So I go. I'm at CVS. It's taking forever. Well, first off, I go to one CVS and they are closed, right? So then I can't go to CVS. I go all the way to Meijer, which here in location is like quadrupling the trip. CVS is 2 minutes down the road. Now I got to go 10, 12 minutes down, deal with traffic, whatever. Go to Meijer, get the ink, get back. I'm out of time. Stop and get coffee, of course. I'm out of time to make the podcast. I go, not a problem. I'll do it at 10. So I do it at 10. Chandis calls me. Hey, I have to go into a meeting. She's working from home. I have a virtual meeting I need to get into. Can you please come watch Rowan before my father-in-law, her dad, gets here to help with Rowan today, because Wednesday is a day when he comes and hangs out to help us out. I go, sure. So there goes the 10 o'clock podcast recording time. It's pushed all the way back till now, just because my father-in-law finally got there. He's watching him now. I was able to hit a nap, feeding, blah, 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 blah. I was able to leave, get back to work. Thus we're recording it now. Now, why I bring this up is that 10 o'clock window, I got ready to do the pod. I wrote everything. I put down in my draft everything I wanted to really cover and go over. Made a nice fresh cup of coffee right here at the gym with our little Keurig thing. Sat down, actually recorded for about 5-6 minutes. Didn't like the way it sounded. Stopped it. Went to start it again. Chan calls, hey, you got to come home. Scrap everything. What happened to the cup of coffee? It was brand new. I sat down. Don't even think I took a sip yet. Left it right here. And I went, okay, well, I got to go. Do I take the coffee with me? No. I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to tough through the next 2 hours, and then my second cup of coffee for the day I'm going to have at like noon when I get back here, instead of 10. I go, that's a great idea. Just go. You have enough energy to just go hang out with Rowan, because that's fun stuff. Just go have fun and then come back. And when it's time to work again, caffeine up, baby. So I do it. Now, I literally left this coffee here for 2 hours inside of the gym. And now I came back and now I am drinking said cup of coffee. I did do the old college girl runs to the restroom. What do you do? You, of course, leave it covered. I did do the old cover the coffee when I left, just because dust settles and stuff like that. And that also proves to me, which is kind of the sad part, that my intention was to drink the same cup of coffee 2 hours later when I got back to do it. Now, it's bad, right? Are you right now listening going, F, just make another cup of coffee, dude? Or are you going, no, I would have done the same thing. You just heat it up and you drink it. There is a variable that I do have to come clean about, and that is that it's not good coffee. In fact, it's exceptionally bad coffee. It is the little pods, right? So to me, that's way worse than just fresh brewed coffee in general. I think the world would agree. like just as far as quality, getting the little pod. If you're a podster, don't be upset with me. Don't come at me. Don't cancel. But I just think fresh ground coffee and a pod, the water seeps over it, brews, and I think that's just a better quality cup of coffee, I would assume. I'm not shaming anybody. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Step one, it's pod coffee. So that might help me out. You go, oh, okay, those suckers are expensive. No, this is the worst coffee I've ever had because it was the cheapest coffee I've ever bought. Because step three, bought it at Menards. When you buy your coffee from Menards in the pod version in bulk, I think it came with 80 pieces over there. Can't see it. A lot of them, you can sacrifice a couple, right? I should have poured this out and made a fresh one. 1,000%. I will say I've drinking about half of it since I've gotten back here. Everything's good. Everything tastes fine. Dust free because of my forward thinking. But I just needed to almost get that off my chest. That feels good. I feel good. I feel better. And hopefully you now know what type of person I am. And that is that I am a very, very frugal, frugal is what I'm trying to say, person. And also, I'm a little bit disgusting and gross. So you learn both those things. Let's carry on. We are talking about the acronym SAD. So first of all, the fact that the acronym is SAD, right on the nose. What are you feeling? What's going on with you? I'm sad. Oh, perfectly put. What that stands for is Seasonal Affective Disorder. A lot of us, especially in Michigan, especially right now, this time of the year, really, really get hit hard by it. That's what the kids are calling it, Seasonal Affective Disorder. SAD, the fun, cool acronym. Again, nailed it. Seasonal depression is what I know it as, what I think more people know it as than seasonal affective disorder, but it's the same exact thing. And that's just when it gets doomy and gloomy outside and it's gray and the sun doesn't shine and it's dark most of the time that we're awake. And the time that it is light outside, most of us are stuck at work, doing things we don't want to be doing during the sunlight hours. And then once you get some free time to be your own actual human your soul, do things that you like doing, it's pitch black and lame outside, to put it lightly, and cold, of course. So we struggle. It's not good for us. It's not good for us for many reasons. On a real ancestral way, we need sunlight. It's not good to not have sunlight. We need sunlight. It used to be how we would survive. When it was dark out, we would go into hiding and we would just wait till the sun comes out, and then that would give us light so we could see. I got to imagine, I'm just making this up right now in real time, but I got to imagine before fire wasn't even invented, when it got dark, it was, game over. What are you doing when you not see? You have no way to see. You just got to wait till you can see again. Imagine that guy or girl just being like, oh no, I was in the middle of this task. I guess I'll wait 12 hours till I can complete it again, with no way of surviving the night or seeing. How freaky would that be? Be like, you know what? All of a sudden, I just couldn't see anymore. Thought you'd go blind for 12 hours a day. Ha! That's funny. There's something there. Anyway, we need light, and we need sunlight at that. Sunlight, of course, a bunch of stuff. Vitamin D is the biggest one. It's super important for us. So if we do not get it, like right now, literally this week, we've seen the sun twice inside of the gym, and both times on separate occasions with separate different classes, we've stopped and acknowledged the sun. The first time it was me because I was confused at what I was seeing. 9:30, it was yesterday or Monday. It was 9:30, and we have these great big windows in front of the gym, and something was coming through that affected our vision and it was warm and I didn't get it. And someone was like, that's the sun, Evan. And I went, oh, that's right. And honest to God, my mood got lifted just by seeing it. I was like, I'm going to be a little more productive today. Just seeing the sun it was maybe 25, 30 minutes that it was out and then back to gray for the remainder of the day. So that's the stuff we're dealing with. And then today, I'm not kidding, it happened again. I didn't bring it up. Someone else said, can we just stand in the sun when we're at this station instead of doing the battle ropes? Because it's over in front of one of our stations where we got battle ropes today. We went, can we just stand in the sun when we're here and not? And, part of me goes, well, hey, that's also healthy. We can be getting in some important stuff by just standing there. Maybe do some stretching or something in it. But of course, no, we worked hard and we got those battle ropes and we got those guns sculpted for the summer, baby. But yeah, it's that impactful. And if you don't believe me, it was 2 days in a row. So tomorrow, try whatever you're doing around 9 o'clock in the morning to just look outside, be in the presence of the sun, and tell me it doesn't boost your mood for at least that 20 minutes that it's up there. And then it goes away and everything stinks again. But we at least get that time. So that's how limited sun is, right? That's literally how limited sun is, that when it comes out, we need to acknowledge it now. If you told me that it's been like 3 months since the sun has shone here in Michigan, I would believe you. I'd be like, oh, okay. Now, realistically, it's probably been 2-3 weeks where it's been this kind of gray overcast. I don't even understand how that works, how the sky's just fully covered in clouds. How's that even a thing? I thought clouds were, it's limited, right? It can't just be all clouds, but quite literally it's all clouds. And I don't understand how that works. Someone does somewhere, but not me, not this guy. I don't get it. And then on top of it, it's dark. It's like 4:30 at night when it gets dark now, which is the second shift here at the gym. I come to work in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I go home, I do the podcast, do whatever I need to do, clean the gym. And then when I'm back for the second shift, dark again. So it's brutal. Basically what I'm putting, this isn't about me, but the point is what I'm saying. A lot of us are struggling now. A lot of us struggle from seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression. And one of the biggest things from that is just sunlight. It's out of our control. We can't control it. Now, it's not fully out of our control. We can supplement with vitamin D because vitamin D is what the sun gives us. Okay. We can also supplement with light therapy. And there is legitimate light therapy where you go see somebody who is certified in administering light therapy, and you go in like a room or almost like a tanning bed or whatever. There's different things. I'm not saying you got to do all that. If you have access to that, beautiful. But they also make lights now that mimic the sunshine. So instead of turning on a light and having it feel like these lights where it's just, a light, an artificial light, it mimics the sun. It feels like you're in a sunny room. I don't know how. I don't understand it. If it's just the color of the light mimics the sun or what. Again, someone knows. I don't. But it's huge with lifting mood and making us more productive. Huge, 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 huge. Don't underestimate it. Give it a try. Because for the grand scheme, the natural stuff, the real sunlight, it's out of our control. Now, it's been like 40 degrees, so if you're like getting outside and have the free time in the day, you are able to get out and get some fresh air and walk around. But the majority of us, it's hard to be outside currently, right? For multiple reasons. One is it's cold. It's uncomfortable. You got to bundle up, then you walk. People kind of go outside just to get to their car to go to somewhere else, and then they're outside from the car to wherever they're going. But if you can get outside, walk the dog, whatever, it helps a ton. It helps with productivity, and it's going to help with this seasonal depression, right? It's huge. Now, I did some Googling. I wanted to see how quickly I would be offended by Google when Googling, and I quote, counter effects for seasonal depression. That's what I Googled. Now, you know how Google there's a bunch of like articles immediately, good, .org stuff, explains what it is, the history of it, symptoms and causes. But then there's like the people ask things in Google where it's just a bunch of tabs. So the very first one This is what I was upset about, or this is what I was nervous about. This is what I thought was going to make me upset. But the very first one says exercise and other types of physical activity help relieve stress and anxiety, both of which can increase SAD, meaning the acronym SAD, symptoms. Okay, being more fit can make you feel better about yourself too, which can lift your mood, normalize sleep patterns, schedule reliable times to wake up and go to bed each day. Okay. Shouldn't have read that whole thing. I should have stopped after the first sentence, which was my point. Kept going for some reason. But exercise was the number one thing they said. Fantastic. That is the number one thing. Guys, it is the number one thing. I have said many times. I have heard this from people. I don't know if I've heard it on another podcast or just reading or researching or learning. Could have been way back in school days. I don't know when I learned this. But someone put it very bluntly. They said, you, of course, can be depressed. And there's a lot of people that are genuinely depressed and genuinely anxious and need medication to help them. Definitely. I'm not refuting that. I'm not saying you don't need that. I'm not saying everyone can just exercise and everyone will be happy. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's real stuff going on with everybody. Everyone's their own individual. However, if you are not going outside and getting fresh air, eating nutrient-rich foods, I'll get into that in a little bit more. Doesn't just mean eat healthy. I'm not saying just eat lettuce and chicken. Nutrient-rich foods, which in turn is healthy, but it's a different, need to clarify. If you are not getting fresh air and sunlight, nutrient-rich foods, and almost just said eating nutrient-rich foods again, and moving your body, you are not giving yourself a fighting chance. Now, I love it. I love the way that was put. One more time, since I broke it all up. I know it's something like, I know you can be sad or you can be depressed or you can be anxious, but if you are not getting sunlight, moving your body, and eating nutrient-rich foods, you are not giving yourself a fighting chance. And I think that nails it on the head, where it doesn't say, well, if you just did this thing, then you would be happier and you wouldn't have any problems that you may have. It doesn't say that, but it says if you don't do these things, I mean, there's no chance. So at least show up for yourself and give yourself that fighting chance. Move your body, eat real foods, nutrient-rich foods. That goes down the line with sleep. Get your sleep when you can. Be the best version of you. That comes from sleep a lot of the time. We just had a tough stretch, me and my wife, 3, 4, 5 months where Rowan was just not sleeping and full throughout the night. And I really lately, he's turned it around, thank God. But right before that, I really felt my mood. I was starting to be like, I wasn't happy with myself and how I would react and hear things, and almost how I would talk to people. Sometimes I'd be a little shorter, a little snappier with people than I would ever like to be. So I caught myself going, hey, something's going on. Sleep, full on sleep deprivation. You string together whatever it was. It was like, God, it's weird to think about. If it was honestly like 4 months of, I'd say 4.5 months, that's 120, that's like 135 days of not sleeping through the night is what we went through, which is a lot. Not that it's a sob story, but eventually it catches up to you is what I'm saying, and you can manage it and just get a good night's sleep on one day of the week and kind of let it bring you through. But it got to the point where it was affecting my mood every single day, and I was just angry and I was being mean. That's how it was. And a lot of times I'd be like, well, I'm hungry. Well, I'm this. Well, I'm that. Why am I feeling this way? And it got to the point where there was no escape from it. What I was feeling was I was just tired. I just been sleep deprived. So I've been not nice, not the nicest person that I would like to be. Point is, sleep is like the fourth one to that whole tangent when dealing with seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder. So before anything, guys, I know a lot of us are gym members or want to be gym members or are gym members at Core 4. If that is you, please continue to hit the gym. Please don't let that stop. I know a lot of us are very, very good at it. If you listen to this podcast and are a gym member, odds are you're coming to the gym. But if you are not, please get in here. Give yourself that fighting chance, especially if you are struggling and you feel like that low and low. It's not going to get any better. I mean, we know the way Michigan is. We got 2 more months of this crappy gray weather. We do. And the fact that it's been kind of mild and not so cold, my gut feeling is it's going to get snowier and colder before it gets, before it just stays like this and then is warm. Hopefully I'm wrong. I've been wrong many times, so very likely I could be wrong, but I just feel like the storm is coming. We're going to get, the winter's going to catch up and we're going to get hit hard. Eventually, maybe February might be brutal for all we know. And that's a lot of time. I mean, February is one of the coldest, snowiest months of the year, so we're not even there yet. So there's a lot of time for things to get hairy on us. Anyway, point is, guys, please give yourself that fighting chance if you are coming to the gym. My last little note on here that I wanted to mention is how a community saves us in these times. A community gets us outside. A community keeps us accountable in the kitchen with what we're eating and how we're fueling our body. A community keeps us accountable with sleep in more ways than one, whether it's somebody honestly just, if you and your friend are trying to, be mindful of sleep or something like that. I don't know. That's probably a rare occasion. But if you are moving your body and working hard, it's going to aid in your sleep. Okay. If you challenge yourself every day physically and assert yourself physically, you're going to sleep better at night. Because a lot of us sit around all day from work or whatever, and then you go home and you Netflix and whatever, and you don't even get up to cook food. You just get it delivered, and you've literally spent 24 hours sitting, and then you try to sleep again. We're meant to move and do stuff, to be blunt. So if you're having trouble falling asleep and your mind's going like crazy, maybe look into that. Maybe go, I got to get my body moving a little bit more. So that I'm more tired at night from this time. Me personally, just from the nature of my job and also I work out every day, but the nature of my job, being on my feet and moving so much, I mean, I get home, I'm lucky if I'm awake an hour after I get home. After bath time is done, after Rowan is put down, bath time and all that kind of stuff, I eat dinner, shower, and I'm on the clock. I'm lucky if I make it an hour watching TV with Candace before both of us or one of us is falling asleep on the couch. So that's the sleep deprivation also, but it's also the assertion. I'm physically moving my body all the time. So it will help. I've had a lot of people come in here who have joined the gym and like, oh, you know what? I've noticed I'm sleeping way better. I'm falling asleep easier and I'm staying asleep longer. So that's it, guys. Give yourself that fighting chance. Get some sunlight, move your body, eat nutrient-rich foods. And then I understand, everyone understands if it's hard. It's a tough stretch of the year. It is. There's really nothing to look forward to. Like the holidays are over, so vacation time is kind of done. Really what we're looking forward to is like spring, which is seems like light years away. I get it. I feel it too. It's dark all the time. I mean, the time that it's light, I am hanging out with Rowan, doing my dad stuff throughout the day, or I'm cleaning the gym, and then it's dark again. It's just I don't have to explain it any further. But that's that. If you, of course, need help, seek that always. Don't be a hero. It's important. Talk to friends, talk to family. If you're a member here, talk to me. Lean on that community. Let them help you. Let them be the reason you show up to the work, show up to do the work, show up to the gym to do the work. Lean on that community. Challenge you and your friends. I'll be there at whatever 8:30 tomorrow morning or 6:30 tomorrow night, and let them control it a little bit. And that's going to turn one thing into another. It's going to help you through it. Next thing you know, we will be at spring. And we got this, and we'll be crushing it come spring. At that point, we'll be feeling really good. Before I get out of here, Core 4 supplements, you may notice I got multivitamin. I got the women's multivitamin here. It's good, guys, for all of the vitamins, but including vitamin D, 50% of your vitamin D is just in this multivitamin. So don't even have to get a multivitamin supplement. You can get 50% of your or you don't have to get a vitamin D supplement. You can get 50% of that right in here. And then I also got the deep sleep one, just because these were both on brand for what we talked about today. Deep sleep gummies helps you fall asleep, helps you stay asleep. If you are somebody who struggles with sleep, try moving your body, try getting after it. And then if you fall asleep, naturally beautiful, but if you need that little extra boost, I get it. Our minds go crazy. Core4supplements.com. Get them shipped right to your door. Use promo code podcast to save 10%. 10%. Thank you so much. Again, sorry this was late. If you're an avid listener and you are furious, I kind of love that, to be honest, because that makes me feel excited that you really want to listen that bad. But I do apologize. It won't happen again. It's just the nature of having two parents that both work full-time and also raising an almost 9-month-old. All right, guys, thank you so much. Lean on that community, get that sunlight, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.